All right, folks, welcome on back here this Wednesday afternoon, February 7th, shortly after 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Great to see all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room. Andrea, we had just before, Leda, Chuck, had Linda just before as well, and a few more of us. Mark just saw a moment ago. Great to see all of our students and members there. Margaret, Michael included, just in chat right now. And all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, whichever you may reside currently. At Cyber Trading You is the handle, though. Just always look to follow or subscribe to us, namely on YouTube as well, just knowing when we're going live, when we're not, just with these streams. So with that said, we've got a few different trades to work with, don't we? And, Rumble's on the screen to begin with, but actually, let's just jump back to this in a moment. How could we not start with Hollow, right? Obviously, Hollow, micro cloud hologram news came out early this morning, and we'll go over basically the entire run, but is for me to tell all of our new members joining us here, especially new trial members. And, hey, if you're just joining us on YouTube, perhaps as well, but we don't expect the stock to be up 630% at this time of the day, right? So you can't just sit there at the market open, buy and hold and pray. I mean, if you try and do that, you're going to blow up an account. So with saying that, we are trying to get in and out based on levels, and not just levels, but based on what we've seen stocks do previously. Not necessarily this stock, but just low float stocks that resemble this. Now, this thing is on a microscopic float, so that's the biggest danger with this type of trade. What goes up? Well, it comes back down. And, hey, for as much as this has moved up already, it's not to say this has been easy. There's been some nasty, wicked shakes. I think this got halted down once or twice, even at that. So this is a complete anomaly. But for anyone interested in the news, I don't know what this company does, micro cloud hologram. The company says that it is planning to join the Communications Industry Association. That is just the sole headline that we got here. That came out at 5:58 this morning Eastern. And with that, well, now look at this thing dumping back down below 11. So, hey, if you are the type of trader that wants to roll the slots or play the slot machine, roll the dice today, I'm rooting you on. I hope you don't fail, but this is a crazy ass stock. And for being up as much as it is, this thing's going to get clobbered, right? And it did before, although it came back and pushed up higher. This is the type of stock that is going to come out with some sort of direct offering news, common stock offering news, and you'll see a tank. Just look what happened again to stock from last week's flavor, INBS. Popped up back from Thursday or Friday of last week and then completely tanked afterwards. Not just because of profit taking, that's not it, but actually the news came out on top where this company ended up issuing warrants. So those warrants were priced at like $2.92 a share, right? Then got crushed. So, hey, I'm rooting everybody on. Always a lover, never a hater, but big trees fall hard. You know that. So it's going to come down pretty bad. If not before today, then likely by tomorrow morning. Now, let's get to a couple of other trades that, well, quite frankly, not to say are easier, but you should have a lot more confidence when it comes to risking your money, thousands of dollars or thousands of shares on a position. And, Rumble, at least heading into the early to mid-afternoon, pushed up pretty nicely. We've been following the stock of late since end of January. It's been a great swing in hindsight with that too. But much better spread. It's cheap. It has good icebergs to work with. And also, this thing had a pretty good level right from the market open today. That was basically off of 770. So let me bring up level 4 here pretty quick. About 52,000, 51 plus thousand shares filled at 770 this morning. Well, you could see what became support. And I wrote that to you in the chat board at least earlier today for all my students there. Linda took some money on that. She had a great trade on it earlier. And, really it was off of that 770. It pulled back, a little wicked shake here earlier today. Ended up touching it, held, thankfully. I jumped in right from this point at first and ended up surviving the shake, but ended up pushing back up afterwards. If it's not going to break lower, then it gives us the chance. And it made a quick slingshot back up at least towards 785, then 790-ish. So I remained in the trade. Now, also something I'd said to you, I'm not going to hold my breath waiting for this exactly, but if we get a really strong push as we're talking here, then I'll be happy with that. But we had a resistance at $8 early this morning. That was your larger resistance. After that, 10. After that, an even larger one up top at basically 12, like 1190, right? And what's even more interesting is that exact order was out there since, well, Monday this week. It was out there all week so far. So don't hold your breath, but at least as far as the day trade, it was great from 770-ish area, great from 8 as of right now, at least holding over it. And we'll look to see if this can make a better push. I mean, not to say it's easier, but it's easier to see the levels. That's for sure. All right, so last one at least here that we were chatting about just before this meeting started. It was one more from the morning session, but GLT. This is one from the open that was more of a dud. It kind of dumped off going into the open. This is one of just a few trades I was more geared towards. I was focused on trading going into the open. So it dumped off. I took a small loss right from the opening print earlier in the morning. It dropped lower. I took a break even here. I was freaking pissed about this. I jumped in perfect entry, and then it just pulled back, and I just went break even because I just didn't want to take the loss. And, in hindsight, obviously, I guess I could have held, but that's just one of those 50-50 where, damn, it took me out, and then it moved back up, and I just didn't want to jump back in even from there. I felt a little dirty, a little impulsive almost, just trying to quickly retake that trade. Happens to the best of us, guys. If you feel like that happens to you, it happens to everyone. It's not just you, it's me. So with that, well, this ended up re-breaking above the opening print. And you could see on bottom right here, besides Rumble, GLT has been a phenomenal trade so far heading into this meeting. I took half my position out already just to take a little money off the table, and I set my stop to break even. So GLT, you know what? Hey, I like the more recent trend, not just because I'm in it here, but more for the recent trend. It's holding well, and I'll put this back on our list. At least compared to Hollow, the float on this is like 42 or 45 million shares. It still trades next to no volume daily here, like just previously prior to this morning. But at least the higher the float, it has a larger gas tank in theory. So, Hollow is going to crash hard. It. GLT may crash hard, but at least there's more of a shot for me to expect to move up here. All right. So Hollow, GLT are top 2% gainers here. I just made a rookie mistake. I just realized right now. Don't have my webcam up here, but I forgot my water bottle. Damn it. All right, let's just try and make good use of time here, and we'll run right through this gainers and losers list, see what we can grab. I know Linda had mentioned TAOP. She saw it on her scanner before, and it's up. But it is just so choppy. It is just a mess. It is a hot mess, this trade. So I don't have any business on it for right now. Even if it's more filled in, even if this had a better book, it's still really choppy. So we've done okay on the stock in the past. We've had our ups and downs with it too. It's been a pop and drop for us back in 2020 and 21. H-Kit, another pop and drop type of stock for us back last year, but we'll just kind of sift through this gainers list though. Otherwise, see what else we can grab. LAES, how about this? Nice little move across the morning, getting choppy now, but actually a little under the radar move this stock made earlier today. Pushing up above the high that we had back from January. You know what? I'll actually add this to our list here. I don't mind it. I'll give it a good look. Hopefully the spread doesn't open up anymore, but yeah, I like it here. Ooh, look at what I see. Bottom right. I just saw the price here. I'm like, wow, when did this become 270? So we just turned away from the GLT, and look what we got now. There we go. How about that? Is anyone in on this GLT trade? We had called it out right off the opening print. We had just said just a moment ago, hey, GLT re-breaking back above the opening print. Been a pretty good trade, at least from that point. And then just, of course, off at 250. But that's like easy to say in hindsight, though. It was really off the opening print 230, right? Ooh, very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Linda took her money, rightfully so. She's had a great day. Chuck, Wendy, Kath, all in at least from that 230. I love it. Beautiful. All right. Well, watch this trade for me, folks. All right. We're going to keep scanning here. Otherwise, obviously, I'm watching it too. But, I got my stop set. Hopefully, there's no funny business happening here soon. I feel like I'd like to just yank the trade just to take the money while I do this meeting. Like I said yesterday, I don't like, multitasking, moving around too much for my positions, but we'll check back in with it there. All right. What else we got here, though? End phase. We'll kind of just see what else we got. Yeah. I thought CGC. Nah, it was CRC. Nah, damn, different stock. Ooh, Roblox. Another good push. So you know what? Let me just actually skip ahead here. I'll just show the SPY. Are we getting close to 500 or what? I mean, we're pretty much knocking on the door pretty much. We're getting really close. So I feel like a lot of name brand stocks may look to make a push. Roblox, you know, and call it name brand, maybe, maybe not. But coming off earnings from today. So making a hell of a push right now, this Roblox trade. I like it. I add this back to our watch list here. Broke over 45 again. Keyword again. PLTR, another day, another run. Just, you know, the more this goes up, you got to realize it's going to pull back, drop. But otherwise, keep in mind, this stock has been pretty choppy prior to the earnings move that it had. So it's going to return to its choppiness over time, but it's at the highs. So how could we ignore it here? Yeah, go to, damn, I'll tell you here. I mean, yesterday was pretty good. The afternoon was, well, we got a pretty damn good afternoon right now. This is nice. And go-to is also holding pretty strong as well. GOTU, crazy pop and drop from yesterday. All right, so already we got 2, 4, 6. We got 7 stocks to work with already. I like it. I really like it here. So let's see if there's anything else looking good. Otherwise, the GLT shaking around 265, 263 there. Ooh, had a hell of a short on Snapchat today. This was a beauty from 1220 level. 1218 was my entry. Dropped down, broke below 1150. Had support where my, if you see on the right chart there, the purple line on the daily chart, ended up breaking a little under it, but pushed back above, and I got out at that point. Beautiful trade. Now at this point, though, Snapchat, actually even more than PLTR, is normally a very slow, choppy move. So, you know what? I'm going to pass on it here. We had our fun on this stock, but for now, I'm done. VFC. This also is a potential short. Had this on our side list here for the open, but you know, ended up making a pretty good move down as well. Nice drop. It's not really doing it here for us right now. All right, so market's up. We're not trying to short this market, obviously. So if there's anything else looking good, folks, up, namely, let me know. GLT Rumble near the top of our list. PLTR definitely there as well. You know my thoughts on Hollow. It is a casino stock. I'm always rooting everyone on, but with as shaky as it has been, I'm not really overtly confident about continuation. You're more kind of drawn on hopium there than anything. Here, this is a pretty interesting trade. I just stumbled upon this again here, the NYCB stock. This had a great push in the morning, but then it actually got halted on the downside. It got halted going back up. I lost sight of this trade for a little bit and has since pushed up pretty nicely here. You know what? I don't mind it here, especially with the trend that we got. NYCB, I mean, this thing got crushed back over the last week. Maybe a potential dead cat bounce in play. All right. So, hey, I think that we are just about good to go here, folks. I like what we got. Really strong list. Even furthermore reason to be a Cyber Group member inside our live trading room. You know, for Linda, Scott, Grant, all of our students, Leda, Michael, and, you know, just all of us otherwise. Best of luck trading here heading into the close. We'll be back on coming up here at 3 o'clock, just about 15 or so minutes. And then for all of us on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc., at Cyber Trading U is the social handle there. Always like to just add us or follow us, subscribe to us on social media. Otherwise, though, if you're interested in joining us inside our trading room, continue the commentary for today, tomorrow, or all of next week. Fausto will be back tomorrow, I believe, so have the full house at least back tomorrow. But just scan that QR code on the top left of the stream right there with your camera, with your phone, take it to a landing page and get you access to a week-long trial with us there. But look forward to seeing you, and then otherwise we'll be back on coming up pretty shortly, folks. Take care.